Hey y'all, it is Monday and not Sunday. That is my little disclaimer. But anyway, welcome back to LW Pharmacy Technician School channel. It has been a great week. I missed y'all yesterday. I was at a wedding. My cousin was getting married, and shout out to them for getting married, and I love. But anyhow, if you are new to this channel, please make sure that you subscribe. Please make sure that you ring the bell for notifications. And thank you all for getting us to 6K. I appreciate that, and I love you all so much. This is the final episode, baby, of this series that we've been doing for the last 12 weeks. Okay, shout out to you if you've been keeping up with me. We've been making this thing work. I'm so excited that we are finally to the end. This is the top 200 drugs, baby. And so if you listen to this, if you watch this, okay, you're gonna do well on that exam. Go ahead and get your paper, your pen, because we're going to take notes today. And I did throw in some bonus things that I want you all to remember, okay? Let's hop into it, friend. Okay, so the first thing we're talking about is drug to dietary interactions. It says, which of the following is a true statement about St. John's wort? So when we think about St. John's wort, I want you to think about depression because that's what it treats. And if someone is taking paroxetine and St. John's wort, it could possibly cause a risk of toxicity, right? And it just causes them to have that toxic in their bodies and in their blood. And so that's something you want to remember. This is a drug to dietary supplement or drug to dietary interaction, which means that the St. John's wort is not anything that's prescribed. I won't even say it's over the counter, it's herbal medicine, okay? So if someone is using paroxetine, we don't want them to mix it with this dietary supplement, okay? The next one says drug to nutrition interaction. It's important that you understand the nutrition interactions and how it works. I will tell you that grapefruit juice and grapefruit is a very common nutrition thing that I see that does interfere with a lot of drugs. And so when you see, for the most part, when I see grapefruit as an option for a interaction, I select it. I go ahead and select it because I already know that is pretty common. And so because it's pretty common, it probably will be that answer. You're never going to be 100% sure about anything in life, friend. So if you're studying every day, all day long, trying to get it because you want to be 100% sure, I think that's an unrealistic expectation. And I think that's something that keeps you delayed and it keeps you in a process where you can't move forward. And so a lot of times I like process of elimination and I like to go with my better judgment. Better judgment doesn't mean that I'm 100% sure or 100% correct, but it does mean it was the best answer that was there or the best choice. All right. Shout out to you for watching and subscribing. If you have not subscribed, please make sure you do subscribe, ring the bell for notification, and like this video. It just helps to get it into the algorithm so other people around the country, around the world who are studying just like you can see the content that we are creating at LW. The next one talks about thyroid disease. It says, what is the generic name for Synthroid? Now, I wanted you to see the relationship thyro, THRO, and then THYRO, okay? So I wanted you to see that all of these things connect. They all are connected. I did put over here to take on an empty stomach because when they are taking levothyroxine, they need to take it first thing in the morning. They want to be consistent with this medication, and they want to take it on an empty stomach. Write that down. First thing in the morning, consistent with the medication, take it on an empty stomach with a full glass of water, okay? And that is for the thyroid. Let me tell you something that we done did in Houston, baby. We done did this thing in Houston and it's spreading throughout the state of Texas. Now, we done heard what you said. You said you wanted to come to LW, but you couldn't find the tuition yourself. So what we did was we partnered with the organization that will provide tuition scholarships to individuals between the ages 16 to 24. They will help you with child care assistance. They will help you if you are a high school dropout. And if you have been in foster care or anything like that, they will help you get that information and help you pay for their course, okay? So if you need help, if you're looking for that, Please make sure you contact us down below. I left the email address at info@lwpschool.com. That is where you can get more information about the scholarship program. We are so excited that we have this opportunity to provide this service to everybody. This is something that we have been working on, and we didn't want to share it until we was ready, until we knew for sure. But yes, honey, the scholarships are here, honey. So if you or someone else you know are between the ages of 16 to 24, they will definitely be amongst the individuals who do qualify. And then there are some other things that they need to, they need to be a single parent, they need to, or maybe be a high school dropout, things like that that will help them. Because what we're doing is we're going and we're helping people who've struggled, people who've had challenges, people who have had a hard time just trying to overcome. I know what that feels like. I was pregnant at 19, okay? Pregnant at 18, had my first son at 19. And a lot of the things that this scholarship helps and people that it helps to benefit, I was in that situation back in 2006. Okay, it's 2023. Now look at me now, okay? And so without these opportunities and without these wonderful organizations that make these things possible, I don't know where I would be, to be honest with you. I don't know what my life would look like right now if I did not have the opportunity to become a certified pharmacy technician, if I didn't have the opportunity to be in healthcare. And sometimes, we think if we don't get the degree, then we can't have the things that we want to have, or the American dream, which is what has been sold to us for so long. But now in 2023, and just how things have evolved after COVID, we realize that you don't have to have that 4-year or 2-year degree, or even have a doctoral degree to have the lifestyle that you desire. Okay, friends. So if you are someone or could benefit from this scholarship that we are offering, please send them our way. The info at LWPschool.com email is a great place to get information. You can also go to our website at www.lwpschool.com, or you can give us a call at 903-295-5933. This information will be in the description of this video, and we hope that you will share it and continue to let people know that we are making changes at LW, okay? Respiratory system. Let's talk about it. The respiratory system is where the albuterol comes into play. And albuterol is an example of a bronchodilator. Bronchodilator. I did put down here at the bottom, if you see, that the most common dosage, or the most common dose for albuterol, is 2 puffs inhaled every 4 to 6 hours. 2 puffs inhaled every 4 to 6 hours. Okay. That is where you can just kind of get an idea of how this albuterol or how this medicine is currently, pretty much taken and currently taken. Some people may have different dosing regimens for it, but you can see 2 puffs inhaled every 4 to 6 hours is pretty normal. Some people may also use it as a rescue inhaler. So it just depends on what the doctor prescribed it for, but that is the most common dosage. And I did want to make sure that I put that down at the bottom, just so you're familiar with that. Drug to drug interactions. Now we're talking about one drug going up against another drug. It says, which term refers to joint action of a drug in which their combined efforts is more intense or longer in duration than some of the effects of 2 drugs. When we think about drug to drug interaction, we're thinking about, how does this thing work? How does it intertwine? Does it work together? That's what we're thinking about. And I underline keywords, and I hope that you are doing this when you take your test. I hope that you are doing this when you do your practice exams. I know on the real test, it will be on a computer, because most tests are computerized, but you can write down keywords on your notebook sheet of paper, or on your scratch sheet of paper that they will give you, because your keywords is what's going to lead you to the correct answer, okay? It's going to help you to make that best judgment of what you think it should be. And so it says, which term refers to the joint action of a drug? The joint action of a drug is the joint action of drugs in which their combined effect. That means they're working together. And the one multiple choice answer here that works together is synergism. Okay, synergism. If it's synergy, that means it's working together. It's working for each other. It works. It's a good fit. You know what I mean? So make sure you write that down. The next one is insulin, okay? So I wanted to show you what's the difference between short-acting insulin and rapid-acting insulin. Rapid-acting insulin is, it works in a few minutes and it only lasts a couple of hours, but you're gonna get the effects of it very quickly. Now, short it's gonna take about 30 minutes, but it's going to last 3 to 6 hours. So when you think about rapid insulin and short-acting insulin, you want to think about the difference in time, okay, and how it's going to help the body. Letter C is going to be the answer for this one when we're thinking about short-acting insulin. It will be letter C, okay? Now, treating high blood pressure. We know that high blood pressure is very big. That is something that we see very common, and most people who are in the pharmacy are coming for high blood pressure medication. And it says, which of the following an example of angiotensin 2 receptor blockers? It is going to be answer C, okay? When they are taking this medication, they want to avoid pregnancy. Losartan. If they are pregnant, please, please, please do not take losartan. They want to make sure that they avoid that. Write that down, friend. Write that down. The next one is the equivalence code. This one you may not see on your exam, but I did throw it in here anyway, just so you would know it. When you're thinking about therapeutic equivalence, always think about the orange book. That's why I put that in here, the orange book. Therapeutic equivalence means that the therapy is equal to another drug, right? So you can take Motrin for a headache or you can take Tylenol for a headache. They both do the same thing, right? You can take Motrin or you can take Aleve. They both do the same thing, okay? And so when you think about therapeutic equivalence, I want you to think about the orange book. And when we were talking about therapeutic equivalence code, it's going to be coded D. D as in dog. Beta blockers. Which drug classification may decrease blood glucose levels in the body? Beta blockers. Remember that beta blockers end in OLOL, okay? They end in OLOL. The next one is drug laboratory interactions. Which of the following may increase a patient INR values? And that's going to be cranberry juice. I know we said grapefruit juice before is always common, kind of the answer, but this time is going to be cranberry juice. Write that down, because this is when we're looking at drugs that interfere with labs. So when it says drug to laboratory interactions, we're talking about when patients go and get that blood work. And it's like, okay, well, this is showing up in your blood. And they're like, okay, but why? It could be something that they're taking. It could be something that they're eating that does throw their lab work off. So that's what drug to laboratory interactions are. I want to say again that we made it to the end, baby. We made it to the end. Yes, we did. And this one here is so important because now you have been exposed to the top 200 drugs, and now you will be able to retain that information. Okay, friend? This scholarship, I want to leave you with this scholarship information because this is where people can make a life change. You can get the life that you deserve, and you can have the opportunity to go on those vacations, to go out and be who you want to be, buy that house, buy that new car, go get that new hairstyle, go buy that new cologne, whatever it is that your heart desires. It starts here. It starts right here in this moment. Don't let your moment pass you by. You've missed other opportunities. This is the time to lean in and to get your moment. So if you know anybody who could prosper from this, anyone who can benefit from it, please make sure you share. Again, friend, I love you all. I am so proud of you. We have made it to the end of these 12 weeks. We got some new exciting content for you. I can't wait to share it with you. Meet me here again next Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will see you then. Okay, friend? Bye.